Hey people, Specs here. Today, I'm going to cover a game I'm glad not many other people have covered yet. A game that I absolutely love and enjoy. I fucking wish. Battle Brothers is a turn-based tactical RPG which has you leading a mercenary company in a gritty, low-magic, medieval-ish world. This world contains German monsters from mythology so obscure, I forgot the name of these things twice. Also, ancient undead Roman legionaries that once ruled the map you're playing on some couple centuries or so ago, along with orcs accompanied by goblins from the Warhammer Fantasy universe, along with the occasional bandits and the humble barbarians. Also, there's fuck-off vampires. Part of the Undead Legion that nobody asked for, and also inspired from Warhammer Fantasy, I guess. I lost more men to bullshit vampires than to any other enemy faction in the game. And then you have the Webnecks, which are basically just spiders who rely on swarm tactics, spider net webbing, and overall irresponsible parental-child soldiery. You decide where to go, whom to hire, what contracts to take, and how to train and equip your men in a procedurally generated open world. There's a lot of narrative stuff in here as well, so if you like reading, well, let's just say you're never gonna get bored. If you don't like reading, don't worry, it's not 1000% important, but you're still gonna want to pay attention occasionally.
Story! No one cares. The style looks kind of like early HRE Germanic Scandinavian stuff, which I really like. It's nice. Also, the game developers are based in Hamburg, Germany, so the art style actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Now, the Southern Sands expansion.
Fucking slaves, get your ass back here!
Enough about the Southern Sands expansion. Moving on. Gameplay. Starting up the game, you decide between tutorials or jumping right in. Hit new campaign to jump in anyway, cause you ain't no dumbass, nor are you a little bitch. You'll learn on the fly, right? Pick your company origin. There's a lot to choose from, and I'm not gonna bother going through all of them. Name your company, pick your flag, pick your poison of a first game end crisis. I'll come back to that later. Blob in a map seed if you're feeling spicy today. Think you're hot shit and crank up the difficulty to max. Get absolutely schooled, because unlike the 9 billion other role-playing games that exist, this game uses a D100 system that requires low numbers to hit instead of high ones. If you roll high, hit and slaughter in XCOM, prepare to roll high again, miss, get hit, and get slaughtered in Battle Brothers. Yeah, that took me a while too, and it does not get easier from here. Touching the difficulty is bad juju. Don't do it. If you're lucky, you can find an even higher fellow members of the Merchants Guild in exchange for barely noticeable less terrible prices and a company slot now taken up by someone who'll probably die of laceration poisoning, because the game tends to shill out natural ones for combatants. After bumblefucking through long enough, it stops being a decision of life or death to accept a contract to remove bandits, and becomes endorsed over-glorified pesticide removal. In the case of the humble walking XP harvest farm that is the barbarian thralls, you don't even need to be contracted to remove them half the time. Not joking, one of my playthroughs, all I did was harvest the local barbarian infestations with a crew of random schmucks. All I did was buy groceries. Speaking of which, run into your first endgame disaster. You can choose the first one if you wish, otherwise you can leave it on random and once again get spooked by the Roman scally boys. You have a couple poisons to pick for your first endgame crisis. Civil War, where all the houses decide to have a dick measuring contest and the losers forfeit a couple of their castles. Undead Invasion, which is exactly what it says on the tin. Greenskin Invasion, where the goblins and the orcs pull a page out of the Warhammer Fantasy book collectively and go on a walk to give humanity a collective fisting. Goblins are a bitch to take down because of their shitty wolf riders and bravura of attacks and poisons. Orcs, on the other hand, proper orcs can give you a run for your shekels if you're careless. Take heed. Random, which is Also, exactly what it says on the tin. You know what? I'm too lazy to go into perks, so here's my builds. Take them, use them, I don't care. Anyway, usually, in a proper review, the reviewer is supposed to cover everything, but inevitably, some other meme YouTuber is going to cover this game and cover everything I missed and cover everything I already covered, but will do a better job at it than the complete shitpost that is the one you're currently watching, made by yours truly. Final score! Whoa, Spectre, I hear you say. I was under the impression you didn't like this game. Correction. I love Battle Brothers. I love its art style. I love its lore. I love its characters. I love its writing. I love the effort and the craft that has gone into this game. What I don't like is its bullshit swinging as shit on a shoestring RNG that comes with it. Above all, I say the aspect of the game that I absolutely loved the most, that kept me on it for as long as it did, was taking a bunch of random, down-on-luck schmuck virgins and turning them into absolute Chadian thundercocks. Granted, they survived that long to do so, of course. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, I do have more content on the way, even if it doesn't really come out. Thank you for your time. Bye.